Imagine creating Stickman animations like this, without drawing a single frame, without learning animation, and using completely free AI tools. In this video, I'll show you the exact workflow I use to create them from start to finish. We'll begin by finding a Stickman character we like. Then we'll use ChatGPT to create a master character profile that keeps our character consistent throughout the entire animation. After that, we'll generate a story, turn it into a complete AI production plan, create our images in Google Flow, animate every scene, and finally put everything together into one polished video. The best part is that once you learn this workflow, you can use it to create motivational videos, comedy animations, educational explainers, storytelling content, or even build an entire faceless YouTube channel. To make things even easier, I've created a free master prompt that combines this entire workflow into one guided system. You can download it using the link in the description and follow along as we build everything together. Now, let's create your first AI Stickman animation from scratch. First thing we need is a Stickman character. Don't worry, you don't have to draw one yourself. You can find great Stickman references on Google Images, Pinterest, YouTube, or anywhere else online. We're not copying someone else's work. We're simply using the image as a visual reference to help ChatGPT understand the style we're aiming for. Take a few minutes to find a character you like. Once you've found one, download the image. If downloading isn't possible, a clear screenshot works just as well. For this tutorial, I've already chosen a Stickman character that we'll use throughout the entire workflow. The reason we're starting with a reference image is simple. It helps us keep the same character style from the first scene all the way to the last. That consistency is what makes the final animation look professional. Now that we have our reference image, let's use ChatGPT to turn it into a master character profile that we can reuse throughout the entire project. I've already created a master prompt that guides ChatGPT through this entire workflow, so instead of writing different prompts for every step, we'll only need to use one. You'll find the same master prompt in the description below, so make sure to download it before you continue. Start a new chat, then copy the entire master prompt and paste it into ChatGPT. Once you send it, give ChatGPT a few seconds to process everything. After it's finished, the first thing it will ask for is a reference image of the Stickman character you want to use. Go ahead and upload the image we downloaded in the previous step, then click Send. ChatGPT will carefully analyze the image and build a detailed master character profile based on its visual style. This profile is what keeps our character consistent throughout the entire animation. Instead of describing our character from scratch every time, we'll reuse this profile in every scene we generate. Now that ChatGPT has finished analyzing our character, it's going to ask what type of Stickman video we want to create. This is where you choose the direction of your animation. You can create a productivity video, a comedy, an educational explainer, a storytelling animation, or any other style that fits your content. For this tutorial, I'm going with a productivity story because it's simple to animate and it's something almost everyone can relate to. Simply enter your choice and send it. Next, ChatGPT will ask which aspect ratio you want to use. If you're creating content for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram Reels, choose the vertical option. If you're creating a regular YouTube video, choose the landscape option. Since this tutorial is for YouTube Shorts, I'll choose the vertical format. After that, ChatGPT will ask how long you want your animation to be. Choose the option that best matches your project. For this tutorial, I'll select a 30-second video. Once you've made your selections, ChatGPT will generate several productivity story ideas based on your character. Take a moment to read through them and choose the one you like most. If none of the ideas stand out, simply ask ChatGPT to generate more. One of the biggest advantages of using AI is that you're never limited to the first result. For this tutorial, I'm going to choose this story idea. Once I send it, ChatGPT will begin creating our complete AI production plan. This is where everything starts coming together. Read through it from beginning to end to make sure you're happy with the flow. If there's anything you'd like to change, this is the perfect time to ask ChatGPT to make those adjustments. Maybe you want a stronger ending, a different lesson, or a funnier opening. Once you're happy with the story, scroll down a little further. This is where the real magic happens. ChatGPT automatically divides the story into individual scenes. For every scene, it creates a detailed image prompt and a matching animation prompt. The image prompt tells Google Flow exactly what the scene should look like. The animation prompt tells Google Flow exactly how the character should move. That means we don't have to think about every scene ourselves. The planning has already been done for us. Now that our production plan is complete, we're ready to bring it to life inside Google Flow. Open Google Flow and create a new project. Before we generate anything, let's configure a few settings. First, make sure agent mode is turned off. Next, switch to image mode. Since we're creating a YouTube short, set the aspect ratio to 9:16. For the output, I recommend selecting 2 images. This gives you enough variety to choose the better result without using unnecessary credits. Finally, choose your preferred image model. For this tutorial, I'll be using Nano Banana. Now, head back to ChatGPT and copy the image prompt for scene 1. Make sure you only copy the image prompt, not the animation prompt. Paste the image prompt into Google Flow and click Generate. After a few seconds, you'll get 2 image variations for the first scene. Take a moment to compare them and choose the one that best matches your story. Don't worry if the first result isn't perfect. That's completely normal. If you're not happy with either image, simply generate that scene again until you're satisfied. Once you've selected the first image, repeat the same process for scene 2. Copy the image prompt from ChatGPT, paste it into Google Flow, and generate your next image. We'll use the exact same workflow for every remaining scene. Instead of watching me repeat the same process several times, I'll speed things up here. Once all your scenes have been generated, take a few minutes to review them. Delete any images you don't plan to use, and keep only the best version of each scene. By the end of this step, you should have a complete set of images, ready to animate. Now that we have all our images ready, it's time to animate them. In Google Flow, switch from image mode to video mode. Make sure your aspect ratio is still set to 9:16. Set the output to 1 video, since we only need a single animation for each scene. For the duration, I'll use 4 seconds. If you want slower pacing, you can increase the duration later. Next, choose your preferred video model. For this tutorial, I'll be using Omni because it's fast and works really well for simple Stickman animations. If you have access to other models, feel free to experiment and compare the results. Now, head back to ChatGPT and find the animation prompt for scene 1. Copy only the animation prompt. Then return to Google Flow and drag your first image into the timeline. Paste the animation prompt into the prompt box and click Generate. This is an important point to understand. The image tells the AI what the scene looks like. The animation prompt tells the AI how everything should move. Together, they create the final animation. After a few moments, your first animated scene will be ready. Take a moment to preview it. Check that the movement looks natural and that the character remains consistent. If something doesn't look right, you can adjust the animation prompt and generate the scene again. Once you're happy with the result, repeat the same process for the remaining scenes. Copy the animation prompt from ChatGPT, add the matching image into Google Flow, and generate the animation. I'll speed this part up since the process is exactly the same for every scene. By the end of this step, you should have all your animated clips ready for editing. Now that all our animated scenes are ready, it's time to put everything together. You can use any video editor you're comfortable with. For this tutorial, I'll be using Adobe Premiere Pro, but the workflow is almost identical in other editing software. Create a new project and import all your animated clips. Then, import the voiceover you generated earlier. Drag your clips onto the timeline in the same order they were created. Next, place your voiceover beneath the video track. Play through the timeline and make sure each scene matches what the narrator is saying. If a scene feels too fast or too slow, simply trim the clip or adjust its speed until everything flows naturally, instead of competing with it. Before exporting, play the entire video one last time. Check that your visuals, captions, and voiceover are all perfectly synchronized. Once everything looks good, export your video using the settings that best match the platform you're posting on. And just like that, you've created your very own AI Stickman animation using completely free AI tools. And that's it. In just a short time, we've gone from a simple reference image to a fully animated Stickman video using completely free AI tools. As you can see, once you have the right workflow, creating this type of content becomes much easier. The more you experiment with different stories, characters, and animation styles, the better your results will become. If you found this tutorial helpful, you'll find the free master prompt linked in the description below. Feel free to download it and use it to create your own Stickman animations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe, because I'll be sharing more practical AI workflows to help you create content faster, work smarter, and get the most out of today's AI tools. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.